Hey everyone, this week we're headed into the Yorkshire Dales to do some sunset landscape photography. So the final destination today is going to be Ribblehead Viaduct. I'm hoping to get there around about sunset time, which is going to be about 8 o'clock this evening. But first of all, I've stopped off in Haworth, which is a pretty little village on the way, and I've got my camera, so I'm just having a little walk around and seeing what I can find to take shots of. Okay, we left Haworth now. It's a really nice little village. It's famous for its association with the Bronte family. I think the Bronte sisters wrote some of their famous novels there. So back on the road now, and we're headed to the Ribblehead Viaduct, which is it's kind of up near Ingleton, just past Settle, in the Yorkshire Dales. And we're going to get there for sunset and get a good shot of that, hopefully. It was a bit cloudy earlier, and there's still some cloud in the sky, but it has cleared a bit and the sun's starting to come out, so I'm hoping it's going to be a good sunset. And with that cloud in the sky, the little bit that's left, that just might add a nice little bit of texture, and it might be a really good sky, so fingers crossed for that. But yeah, it's going to be about an hour until we get there, so see you when we get there. Okay, so here we are at the Ribblehead Viaduct. Fantastic weather. It was really grey and cloudy earlier, but it's cleared up so nicely. If I was being really picky, which I usually am, it's cleared up a little bit too much, and there's not a cloud in the sky, so it's going to be quite an empty sky. But yeah, can't complain too much with this really. You know, it could have been so much worse. And yeah, I did a bit of planning earlier. I knew the sun was going to be setting in that direction behind the viaduct. Got this nice grass in the foreground, so I'm just setting up here with the viaduct and the mountain in the background. Pretty basic composition really. It's a bit of a classic shot. It's been done plenty of times before, but I've never been here, so this is going to be my version of the shot. So yeah, just got myself set up here, and really it's going to be all about the light now. We're in golden hour, so it's just going to be watching how that light changes between now and final sunset, and I'm hoping that there's going to be some really nice colours coming out in the sky as we get towards sunset. So I've brought quite a bit of kit with me today. I've got my Z7 with my 24 to 70mm Z S-line lens. I've also brought my D7500 with the 1.8 35mm on there. That's doing a time lapse at the moment, which I'll be putting in the video at some point. And I've also got my 14 to 30mm f4Z S-line lens and my 70 to 200mm 2.8 lens. So I'm going to be trying these out, seeing what works best, doing some wide angle ones, and then yeah, trying to focus in on some elements with the telephoto and seeing what they look like. I'm starting off with the standard zoom 24 to 70 just to kind of get a feel for this shot and what I want to focus on and what focal distance I want to start with. Okay, the sun's going down behind the mountain now. We're not really getting those colours in the sky. I mean, it's not late enough yet and there's no cloud really. Maybe we'll get some colours later as it really gets down towards sunset, but it's going to be well behind the mountain then, we won't really have the light. I really like these grasses down here. I've been getting some shots really quite low. I mean, I'm about half height with my tripod now, but I was really low earlier. And I quite like some of those shots looking through the grass with a lot of grass in the foreground. And I've been sticking more towards using my wide angle lens rather than the telephoto, but I've got my 24 to 70 back on at the moment, and I'm at f16 at the moment, because I want a large depth of field. I want everything in focus from the grass right over to the viaduct in the mountains, but also because I can get a nice sun star with the higher f number. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen once the sun starts setting, even though it's behind the mountain. Will we get some colours? I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so we do have a little bit of cloud up here, this wispy cloud just at the top. So I'm trying to keep that in the shot to add a little bit of interest. And what I'm doing, you can see on the back of my screen here, is I'm just taking several shots. I'm using spot metering, and when I take a shot down here, so I've got my focus point just here on the grass at the front, that'll focus on my grass but also take a kind of brightish shot with the sky overexposed. But then when I move my focus point up here, we get a little bit darker, and I'll take another shot there. And I'll move higher up still, up to the top of the mountain, and there I get quite a dark shot. And I get the sky exposed, but the foreground's too dark. But what I can do later is take that into Lightroom, and I can blend those together, and I can get the kind of best elements of all three shots in one shot, basically. So we get the foreground nice and bright, with lots of detail, and we get the sky nicely exposed as well. Okay, so we're almost at full sunset time now. It's getting a bit chilly, that's why I've changed my hat. And we are getting, although the sun's gone down behind the mountain, we can't see the sun at all now. We are getting these clouds that have wandered in into the sky, and they're quite nice because the sun is still lighting those up and we're getting some really cool colours. So still I'm getting some really interesting shots. So I'm going to give it another 10-15 minutes and then wrap up. Got a 2-hour journey back. But yeah, still getting some good stuff, and I'm really excited to see what I get when I get it back onto the computer later. Great day out in the Yorkshire Dales today, really enjoyed that. It was a fantastic stop off in Haworth. I've not been there before, but really enjoyed it there, and it made a great spot for some photography as well. And then when we got to Ribblehead, the cloud cleared and the sun came out, and although I didn't quite get the epic sky that I wanted, I can't complain. It was fantastic weather and really enjoyed taking the photos there. So I've just got a couple more shots to show you from both Haworth and at Ribblehead Viaduct, and I'll put them on screen now. So once again, that's it for another video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it and getting out there to the Yorkshire Dales. If you have enjoyed it, then hit like, and if you're new to the channel, then why not subscribe, and then you can keep up to date with what I'm doing each week. There's a new video every Sunday morning at 10 AM UK time. So as I always say, you can click down here on the big red button or over here on my face. And if you're a regular to the channel, then I'm sure you're sick of hearing me saying all this, but I really appreciate you watching as always. So thanks a lot everyone. That's it for this one, and I hope you'll catch me for the next one. So until then, thanks a lot, and bye for now.